everybody, how's it going? I'm back with another video about the Sur-ron Light X. Today is going to be something a little different though. I'm just going to be telling you guys what I thought about it, or my thoughts on it after owning it for a little over a month. And I'm going to break it down a little because I've never done that before. Yeah, so that's the kind of video it's going to be. So let's just get started. I have a list. Okay, so first, if you don't know what we're looking at the Sur-ron Light X. There are a couple versions of the bike. The normal version being just the Light B. The Light X would be the newest version, which is what this is. It's got an upgraded controller up here, a golden O-ring chain, different grips, and you got upgraded brakes. And I believe that's it for the upgrades from the normal version, besides the license plate's a little different, but that's not really an upgrade. So when you buy the bike, you get a giant 60-volt battery that sits right in here. It's not in there right now because I have it charging. I was riding it around last night. You got a permanent magnet electric motor down here, and that's basically all there is to it. You got full suspension. I don't know what the travel is for the back of the bike. But the travel up front is 200. And then you got this knobby, like, no-name tires, and that's pretty much it. Normally, these pedals don't come on it, if you're wondering. I have another video on my channel where I explained why I have these pedals on it. You can go check that out if you like. But normally they come in with pegs and they hook up right on there. You got a stagnant tail light and a stagnant headlight, both very bright. I like them a lot. I'm actually super surprised of the headlights. It's very bright. I'm kind of nervous when I'm driving down the road that I'm blinding other drivers or whatever, but it's great. I think it's a very good bike. And then it also has a horn, which sets the horn right down there, and then there's just a little button by the control panel. That's pretty much it. So I figure since I've had it for over a month, I'm just going to tell you what I dislike about it and what I do like about it, which is a lot that I like about it. There's only a couple things that I didn't really like about it. Actually, very easy to fix is what I don't like. So yeah, so let's get started. I'm going to start off by telling you what I do not like about it. So we'll get those out of the way. They're actually they're not really big deals. They're easy fixes to what I don't like about it. So first thing, is probably the biggest thing, is the fenders. This bike, since it's an electric bike, it has instant torque and it has a lot of torque because it's a pretty strong bike and it can go pretty fast. So since it has all that power, it kicks up a lot of stuff. And you got a tiny little fender back here. It's only about 5 inches. Which does not protect your back at all. So if I'm wearing a backpack, or if I just have my clothes on, my back is always soaked after I'm done riding this, which I don't really like. So I'm gonna get some kind of upgrade there. Go down here. They have something that comes over here, longer, whatever. And then in the front, you'll notice there are no fenders, which is terrible because my face or my helmet gets completely destroyed, unless I'm just riding on pavement, which is pretty suckish. But I've already upgraded that. I just bought some fenders for the front, so that'll fix that. And I also don't like it because it kicks up rocks or whatever. If you drive over any rocks or anything, it'll kick up and hit the controller, which I don't like. I don't think the controller can be damaged too easy, but I still don't like people throwing rocks at the bike or the ground, kicking up rocks at my bike. So, but again, that was an easy fix. I've already got fenders for the front coming in, and I'm still going to be looking for the back, but the back is something for right now. What else do I not? Okay, so when I did buy this bike, when it was new, I was under the impression that the upgraded version, X version, which is what this is, came with this X controller, and the X controller was supposed to have like regen braking, which is if you're just rolling and you're in eco mode, It's supposed to take the energy that you're not using out of the motor and put it back into the battery, so it saves you more battery. I contacted Luna about this because I couldn't tell a difference, and they said that the X, when you buy the X bike, the controller actually doesn't have regen braking, which I was under the impression that it did when I bought the bike, because they sell X controllers on the website that do have it. So I just figured it was the same one and bought it, and then I was surprised when it didn't, so that kind of sucked. Not a huge deal again, but that was the kind of thing that was disappointing. Let's see. I had some concern about the brakes on the bike. Since this is a small dirt bike, because it's electric, it doesn't need to be huge, doesn't have a huge motor, they're running mountain bike parts on it, which is fine with me. I had a little bit of a problem at first. I took it out to some trails. It's the middle of January, but it was nice for a couple days, so I took it out to some trails. It was muddy, and I was a little worried about the brakes. They're running mountain bike parts on it, such as the front fork and the brakes. So I was a little worried with the mountain bike brakes, because mountain bike brakes are meant for mountain bikes, and mountain bikes are only 25, 30 pounds. This is 100 pounds, so I was a little worried about it stopping the bike, but they did great. They're really nice. They're very high dollar mountain bike brakes. They're not Shimano's, they're actually Sur-ron's mountain bike brakes, but they're hydraulic brakes. They're nice, and they ended up working out fine. So I don't have a problem with those anymore, in case you're wondering. The mountain bike brakes, they work fine. They work great, actually. What else? I got just the tires. Again, it's not a big deal. I think I haven't gotten stuck when I went out riding with these. I haven't gotten stuck or tripped or anything with them because they're kind of smaller. I think they're only 3 inches wide or something. They're not very wide tires. They're a bit bigger than mountain bike tires, but they're very small dirt bike tires. I might upgrade them. I haven't had a problem with them yet, but I could see if it's like super muddy, I could just spin out because it has so much torque on it and not enough grip. So I might do that at least with the back tire. I don't know yet. But I think that's it, actually. That's all I had down for little concerns I had about it. So let's just get into what we do like about it. If you're thinking about buying this bike, I'll give you a price point too, if I think it's worth it or not. I will say right off the bat, one of the things that I like about this bike is it's incredibly easy to ride. It's actually stupid easy to ride because it's lightweight. It's only 100 pounds versus a dirt bike is 200, 250. And this has just as much torque, and especially trail riding. It can't go as fast as my dirt bike at top speed, which I have at 200 KTM. It can't go as fast as that at top speed, but this can get up to speed faster. And I don't need to be going 70 miles an hour through the woods. This has a top speed of about 50. I got it to 51 on a straightaway, so it can go pretty fast. And that's as fast as I'd ever need to go through trails, which I think is what this bike is kind of made for. Incredibly easy to ride and maneuver, and there's no shifting on it, which is nice. So while you're going through the woods, all you have to do is have the brakes and then let up the throttle if you want to slow down, and then just gun it. You don't have to change gears or anything when you're going up hills, which is a huge bonus. I've ridden a 200 Kawasaki KTM for 6 years, and it's a blast. It's super fun to ride. I've rode it in hare scrambles and motocross races. It's super fun to ride. This is a lot more fun, just because it's so easy to ride and it's so lightweight and maneuverable, and it can hit jumps. It can clear jumps. It's a very fast bike if you get on a straightaway. Another huge bonus of this, since it is electric, it's there's almost no maintenance at all on it. Versus a dirt bike or a motorcycle. The only thing that you'd really need to upgrade, it's probably once or twice a year. Not upgrade, refresh. I don't know the word I'm looking for. or the chain probably just needs to be lubed, as all chains do. The front fork, you need to check. Actually, it's a spring fork. A coil, excuse me. It's a coil fork, so you don't really need to do anything to that besides probably re-grease it or something. And then the brakes, you need to get them bled and get new fluid in them, but that's once a year, maybe, if you notice that they're getting slack. But that's it. That's all you have to do besides charge the battery, which is super nice. There's almost no maintenance at all versus like a dirt bike. You have the air filter, you have can I help you? Where are you going?
Denise is to make minutes.
Okay, I love you. Okay. Sorry, I had my whole family sitting in the garage with the cars. Alright, where the heck were we? There's almost no maintenance on the bike. I already touched on what you have to do maybe. Just charge the battery basically and you're good to go. Versus a dirt bike, you have a carburetor, you have air filter, you have spark plugs, you have you got the chain you gotta lube up too, you gotta take care of the engine and the oil. And the gas, all of which this thing doesn't have besides the chain, and you just gotta charge the battery. So it's almost no maintenance at all just to own this thing. Versus like dirt bikes and motorcycles, you'd have to keep on maintaining, which some guys like, which is fine. I like working on my dirt bike, it's fun, I like upgrading it. I also could see upgrades coming for this, though, but it'd be a little different, probably such as a controller, upgraded controller, you know, whatnot. That's what they did with this one from the original version. I believe it'd be an easy upgrade, but that's how you probably upgrade this one. Alright, so that's kind of like all I have on the bike. I've loved it so far. It's impressed me, especially for an e-bike. I was very skeptical on buying e-bikes. First of all, because they're so expensive. Electric bicycles are very expensive. Speaking of price, let's touch on this one. This version of the bike is $44.95. So it's $4,495, unless it's on sale. I bought it on sale, so it was just about $4,000 from Lunicycle, which is, that's an expensive bike. I'm not gonna lie. All three of my KTM's didn't cost that combined. So it's an expensive bike, I'm not gonna lie. The normal version of the bike is $500 less, which is nice, but I'd probably buy this one. If you were looking at buying one, I'd definitely say this one's worth buying. Just spending the extra $500, you'll like this one a lot more than the regular version. Do I think the bike is worth it? I would say yes. Just especially in the e-bike world. This is probably the best bang for your buck, especially when it comes to electric bicycles. This has an amazing performance. I think I was surprised. I was skeptical about it, like I said, but I'm very surprised and pleased with how it runs. So it's a very nice bike versus other electric bicycles, which is actually what I was looking for. The difference being, this is an electric dirt bike. And when I was originally looking for, an electric bicycle, which is, it's kind of the same thing almost. This one's a bit stronger than most of them. Electric bicycles, it has a battery on it and it has a throttle just like this one, and you can run on the throttle, but it also has pedals that are built into it, and it kind of matches your speed as you pedal. So if you're pedaling with like a certain speed, the battery will match it and the motor will spin, so you can pedal and you can go a lot faster. I was looking for a mountain bike, a mountain electric bicycle is what I was looking at, but they ranged from $6,000 all the way up to $10,000, $12,000. And I was like, I'm not buying that. I'm not spending $10,000 on a bike. I wanted the Stealth Bomber. which is a great bike, but it's $10,000 brand new. So I wasn't gonna buy that. So this is definitely, if you want to buy an electric bike, this is what I'd suggest. It has no problems at all besides the fenders and the things that I pointed out, which aren't even that big of a deal. Easy to upgrade. While I was buying it, I was very pleased with Luna, which they're in California. They answered all my questions, which when I buy something expensive, I ask a lot of questions and I compare versus other models and stuff, and I do my research, and they answered all my questions and before and after I bought the bike, which I was very pleased with. I like very good customer service, which is what Luna provides. So A+ for Luna, A+ for the bike. I'm planning on bringing this bike. I like it so much that I'm planning on trying to get my local AMA to let me ride it, see if they would let me race it this year, because I race hare scrambles and motocross. Probably not take it on motocross because I don't think I'll win on motocross because this isn't as fast as a 400 or a 400cc or whatever. But I think that this bike would be dominant in hare scrambles. I could easily see this bike outrunning my 200 Kawasaki KTM. I have no doubt that it could do that. It could outride them through the woods and hare scrambles. So it's a very impressive bike in the woods and very easy to ride and easy to maneuver, like I said. So I'm gonna see if they'll let me race it. I'll probably have videos on that. First race is in March or something, so not for a while, but I'm excited to see if they'll let me do it. But at least I'm gonna take it out and ride it on the trails anyway. So I have videos of that coming too. But all in all, it is a great bike. I've loved it for the past month that I've had it, and have had very little problems with it, and the problems have been resolved very quickly, and it's great. It's a great bike. Another plus about it, you don't have to warm it up like you do a dirt bike or a motorcycle. You just turn it on and go. It doesn't have oil that needs to go anywhere, so it's great. It's a great bike, and I'm very pleased with it. $4,000 is a steep price, especially for a little. It's basically a 150 electric dirt bike. Very steep, but as far as e-bike goes, it's a great deal. Right now, anyway, I imagine e-bikes will get better and cheaper in the future, just like all bikes do. But right now, I think it's a great bike, and I'm looking forward to riding it this summer. So that's my take on it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Next one's gonna be about the fender. It's probably gonna be in about 3 days, so stay tuned for that. Peace out.